Let's discuss a couple of things that we discuss normally. What do we know about Argentina, Suriname, Peru, and Mexico?
Well, Mexico, one of the, I think it's.
Let's discuss a couple of things that. Yeah.
I'm hearing you double.
No, you are not actually. I was doing it, so that's all right now. Yes,
All
please.
right. Mexico, home of the Aztecs and the Mayans, and uh, great place, lovely food. Been there many times. My sisters live there. Um, I don't know. What do you want to know?
Whatever you know. I know you know a lot about these places actually.
Yeah, well, it's home of one of the world's most diverse and rich foods.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Chocolate comes from there. Also corn. Um, well, actually, not the chocolate, not the cocoa fruit, but the chocolate. No, because cocoa fruit comes from another place in the Americas, not from Mexico. Um, they love the Dia de los Muertos. Actually, today it's a very important holiday in the U.S. because of the Mexican uh, because of the Mexican immigration. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's Cinco de Mayo, as they say.
Well, I have a few things that I have found online actually about these countries. So I'll start with Argentina.
Sure,
Apart from
right.
Messi and Maradona,
Of course.
apart from Messi and Maradona, they have best steaks.
Yeah, well, they have amazing steaks. That's true. That's a hundred percent true. I mean,
Then
you
El
can
Paso.
say whatever about Argentinian people, but they have the best steaks. That's
Yeah, this is what I read about it, and now I want to eat steak actually with that.
and they have excellent wine. And I mean, that's like a pair made in heaven. Good
Well,
steak and good wine. And
that's on my
I,
list
I
now.
don't I don't know if you drink at all. Sorry if I'm overstating myself.
That's on my list now. El Pato is the official national sport of Argentina, not football.
El pato
El Pato. And Argentina was the richest country until 1913.
from in the Americas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And one very surprising thing, and what a strange kind of fact about Argentina is that there were five presidents in 10 days
Yeah, yeah,
in 2001.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember that. I
So,
remember that all of them had to be taken
yeah,
by chopper from the Casa Rosada.
yeah. Suriname has got independence in 1975.
Yep,
80% of the country is tropical rainforest. Okay. Main export of Suriname is gold
it should be. Yeah.
and the smallest in South America as well.
So is what?
Smallest country in South America.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's actually.
It-
It's actually. You don't. I mean, you. I think I know one person from Suriname, and I mean it's difficult to find people that come from Suriname.
after this webinar, you will know many people from Suriname. I'm sure about that
Looking
because we
forward
have
to.
quite a few people joining from Suriname today. Uh, One more, Peru. When it comes to Peru, Machu Picchu is the seventh wonder of the world.
Yeah, home of
There
the
were
of
no,
Incas.
yeah, there were no wheels used for the construction.
Yeah,
It is also an astronomical observatory.
yeah. Also great place to have
Yeah,
good food. It has.
there are over 3,000 different varieties of potatoes in
Yeah,
Peru.
potatoes come from Peru.
Yeah, 3,000 different varieties of Peru potatoes in Peru.
Yeah.
Then there are three official languages in Peru as well. Mexico, as you mentioned, has oldest university in North America, has world's smallest volcano. Birth control and color TV was invented in Mexico. I did not know about that one actually.
Birth control, but they don't use it.
Well, this is a
There are
fact.
a lot of
This was
people.
invented there. Yeah. And Mexico-USA border is the busiest border. Paraguay is also known as the heart of America. Along Bolivia, Paraguay is the only landlocked country in South America.
It is true.
Divorce was illegal before 1991 in Paraguay.
You know what? It's fully 100% of the energy that Paraguay consumes comes from the Iguazu Dam. So
Yeah, yeah,
they don't burn anything. They just
yeah. That's another one. That's another one. And most tree drunk per head is also in Paraguay. And with that, I think we are ready to start. We have a few people already waiting for us. So if you guys are ready, we'll start the
Sure. Go ahead.
great. Hello and welcome to everyone. This is Global Investment Real Estate and Residency Show. Today we are live in Argentina, Peru, Mexico, Paraguay, and Suriname. Thank you so much to everyone who is attending today. This exclusive event is brought to you by TEG Media, a company that organizes live and online events. I'm a director and co-founder and a part of this exceptional team. My name is Abdul Basit and I'm your host today. Um, by the end of the show, you all will know how to securely invest into USA and relocate there with your families. We have excellent panelists today who will tell you all about it, and we will discuss whatever your questions are. Without any further wait, I would like to introduce our speakers who are representing Feria DC, which is a project in Washington, DC. More information will come directly through the speakers themselves. First of all, I would like to invite Mr. Eduardo Arnal Mercado, who is a senior professional with 15 plus years of experience in operations management and project management. And with him joining is Mr. Juan Aisalas, who is a chef and entrepreneur with the 15 plus years of experience. He's currently running a successful restaurant with over 60 employees. Just to mention that we have this event live in both languages, English and Spanish. So if you want to switch the language, you can just press the button interpretation at the bottom and Mr. Juan will be translating it for us. With that, hello, Mr. Eduardo Arnal. How are you doing today?
Hi, Abdul. Thank you for having us tonight again. I mean, we're doing great. So looking forward to sharing our project with these fantastic people.
Great. We have quite a few people waiting for you already to see what do you have to present today. And if you can kindly say it in Spanish once, that people can actually join us in both languages by pressing the button interpretation at the bottom of the page.
Okay, yeah, sure. Hola, buenas noches a todos. Bueno, buenas tardes. Buenas noches, yo estoy en España y ya es de noche. Pero gracias por estar aquí con nosotros, compartiendo nuestro proyecto Feria DC en Washington, D.C. Abdul quiere transmitir que el webinar va a ser transmitido en inglés y en castellano. Hay un botón abajo para interpretación. Si lo pueden, ¿cómo se llama? Si lo activan, van a oír la misma presentación exactamente igual en castellano para todos vosotros. Muchas gracias y bueno, ojalá les guste. Nos vemos después. Vamos a empezar. I'm ready, Abdul, whenever you want.
Before you switch, before you start presentation, I would just like to mention that we have a question and answer session at the bottom of your screens. So please use that and ask as many questions as you want. And people who are joining us on YouTube, please ask your questions in the chat box and we will be happy to answer them. Please share your screen.
Yeah, sure. Oh, wait. For a sec, please. There. Okay. Can you see everything in order?
Yes, yeah, we can.
Perfect. Hold for a sec, please. ¿Qué pasa aquí? Okay. Okay, ready. Hi, everybody. Again, thank you for being here today. We hope you're all safe and sound. We'd like to share our Feria DC project with you, and we hope you like it as much as we do. Okay. Let's begin with this. I mean, and we think this is a time to dream big. And by big, we mean applying for the US green card through the EB5 program, which is basically the world's most desirable US immigration investment program. It is administered by USCIS, the Citizenship and Immigration Services, and it is basically your path to a US green card. So what is this presentation really all about? It is about the potential to get a green card in approximately 18 months by investing in an EB5 project. This will, of course, depend on how fast the government is processing all the applications. This is the quickest pathway to get the US citizenship. Usually it takes around 5 years after getting the preliminary green card. The investment required for the EB5 program is $900,000. We offer a 5% annual rate for a 5-year period, which is above market for this kind of program. Okay, this is projected to be $45,000 a year, totaling around $222,000 after 5 years. Okay, let's talk about the EB5 program itself. Okay, the EB5 program from immigrant investors is a U.S. employment-based visa, hence the name EB5. EB, okay. This was created to stimulate the economy and job growth, allowing foreigners to become permanent residents. This program enables foreigners to obtain the green card quicker than most other options, and you do it by investing money in the United States. So basically, the citizenship is just an investment away, and sorry about that. Okay, let's quickly go over the benefits of the program because they are great. You, your spouse, and your kids would benefit from having unrestricted employment options. This means that you can do whatever you want. Keep your business back home, set up a new business, go back to school, or simply retire and enjoy your life. You can do anything you want, no restrictions at all. You and your family will be considered as residents when applying to college, so you will have a greater chance for admission and reduced tuition. You will also be able to travel inside and outside the country, go wherever you want, as many times as you want, and enter the country through the residence immigration lane. But that's a great perk. Also, you get benefits for your retirement. And all of these benefits, of course, apply to the entire household, including your kids, if they're under 21 and unmarried. Let's go over the basic requirements, okay? The first one, the government requires an investment of $900,000 if it's done within a target employment area. This is called a TEA. Our Feria DC project qualifies as a TEA. And for non-TEA projects, the investment amount is 1.8 million, making Feria a great opportunity to invest, and it's basically half the investment. Each investor must create 10 full-time US-based jobs for an investment. And last, the investor must demonstrate that the EB5 visa investment capital comes from a legal source, acquired directly or indirectly by lawful means. This means you can use your own capital, your properties as leverage for a loan. You can use money you were given as part of a will or any other way, as long as you can demonstrate it doesn't come from illegal activities. I mean, if your grandmother loves you a lot and she gives you $1 million to invest, you can use that $1 million to do that. If you're interested in the EB5 program, we can gladly set up a call with our immigration attorney for free. Okay, let's dive into the project. Feria is a property business, or better said, a real estate business. It will be serving as launchpad for chefs and food startups, providing entrepreneurs an exceptional opportunity to refine their concepts and interact with the general public. It will provide retail space for food services, restaurants basically. Also provides operations, systems infrastructure to multiple subtenants in a format we call culinary hall. It is indeed a culinary hall. It will have everything related to gastronomy and more. It is also a full service, unique first-class incubator concept. Feria is located in Washington, D.C.'s downtown area. It will have 8 fully equipped kitchens and 8 shops with chef-driven, high-quality culinary proposals within a casual and modern setting. So basically, it is, you would be familiar with the word food hall, but it is much more than that. We'll make a little pause here just to show you this. This is the actual building. It's already there waiting for us. As you can see in the picture, where you can see the trees, that's where we're going. The rest of the tenants of the building, which we'll discuss further along our presentation, are already moving in or even there. So this means we already have clients waiting. Okay, this concept is part of the search in sharing economy businesses, such as Airbnb and Uber that we all know. Culinary hosts like Feria have become the fastest growing retail niche in the food industry, according to several industry magazines. For example, globest.com. It would be fair to ask, why is this project different than other EB5 projects? Well, it's super simple. It has very fast to market, means faster residence process. Also means that your funds are going to begin being saved back for repayment much sooner than other projects. It has great returns, much better than regular EB5 projects. That has an explanation, and we want to be very funded very quickly and want to be the prettiest part to do it. Also, it will have a solid performance, an experienced team, and very thorough process development. And at least 90% of the space will be occupied to start. We already have several chefs and other vendors willing to come in, and this is our worst case scenario target. Okay, how this opportunity works. The capital needed for development is $8.4 million that come from 7 investor slots of $900,000 each. Again, we offer up to 5% interest rate annual. You will get this interest paid annually. $1.7 million come from our own funds and friends and family. Also, we have a $400,000 commercial investment. These funds will be used this way. $1.2 million go to project design, engineering, consulting, lease, legal fees. $5.4 million go to building, construction, equipment, and 1.8 go to startup funds and working capital. Also, we have $1.67 million as a landlord commitment. This comes to us post-construction, and these funds will be used to begin saving to pay our investors back. Okay, all of this for an expected job creation of 174 jobs. We mean almost 25 jobs per investor. That's 250% of the job requirements, making it a very safe project to obtain the visa with. Remember, we need to create 10 jobs per investor. We're creating 174. Okay, how does Feria make money? This is simple, and it's rent. Okay, rent is, as I said before, Feria is a real estate business, so we charge rent. The bulk of the income comes from rent and a percentage of the sales of each restaurant and store. So we charge rent and then a percentage of the sales. We also keep the operation of the bar. This is a very profitable part of any business of this kind in the US, and that's the reason we are keeping it. This, as our investor Chris likes to say, makes us basically a landlord that sells liquor. Since that's simple and very profitable. Also, we're going to be helping these restaurants to grow from Feria and grow outside. So we will be partners in this growth, meaning that we'll be sharing part of the success too. We also have an extra kitchen that could be used for private events with Feria chefs, new product demonstration, mentoring, tastings, and more. We'll also be offering the space for sponsorship. For example, we're working in a partnership with a premium Caribbean rum brand that's putting its name somewhere around the bar. I mean, this needs to be sorted by the architect, but already they want to put their name in there, so that's a good deal for us. Also, this is and this is very important for after the pandemic. Delivery from Feria will be centralized. Anyone could order food from several different cuisines directly from Feria and get one Feria brand package. This will guarantee continuity of business if any other pandemic or any wave attacks. Okay, let's go to the P&L. Okay, this is a summary of our prospective P&L. I want to get deeply into this so our attendant don't get bored. But as you can see, Feria has a very good return and is perfectly capable of delivering what we promised. You can see that we already count on there the $1.67 million from the landlord that will be coming after construction. Okay, so let's talk about the milestones. Construction starts June 2021, so that's very, very soon. This will be depending on construction permits. It might take a little bit longer, but this is our objective. Liquor license has been granted, so that's great. Very fast time to market. Construction and setup experience is expected to be around 6 months. Also, the lease is already secured on a trophy location across from the historic Carnegie Library building, all fully leased and ready for occupancy. Our tenants include the office from Apple, okay, that handles the government sales, Baker Botts LLP, that's a big law firm. They just moved their headquarters to the top of 2 floors of the building. Also, the fanciest brand of gyms in the country, that's Equinox. This one's already working, and it's one of the most profitable branches in all of the US. WeWork, these 3 whole floors, and this is great news for us. One of the biggest changes that this pandemic brought to our everyday lives is the possibility of working from wherever we want. This means more business for people like WeWork. Also, let's take a look at what's going on around this area, commercially and demographically. Median age is 34 years old, means fairly young population that translates into people that's curious about food and new experiences. City has been growing steadily since the 2010s. Great number of daytime employees, great average household income, 7,000 hotel rooms, or more than 7,000 hotel rooms. This means a lot of potential clients coming and going around the area. Also, 217 annual convention center events, that's across the street. This is around 1 event every 1.6 days or 2 events every 3 days. It's a lot of events for a convention center. So also the place is huge. It's like 4 blocks together. Also, there are 220 annual events on the Capital One Arena. Capital One Arena is where the city's hockey's and basketball teams play, and that's 3 blocks away. The hockey team won the Stanley Cup a couple years back. That's the most important hockey prize, and that means that it brings a lot of crowd to their games. People's always coming in to watch the hockey games. So let's talk about the location. As most of you probably know, 3 most important words in real estate business are location, 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 and we have the best location possible. This is a perspective of a building you already saw before, done from the top of the convention center. You can see how close the convention center is, and also the Apple Store and the Capital One Arena. Also, you see the Capitol, the National Mall, and Union Station are also close by. The White House is also close by, but in another direction. That's not you cannot see in this perspective. Also, City Center is less than a block away. This is a Norman Foster development with residences and shopping center. It has the best shops like Gucci, Chanel, Dior, and many more. And this is great for us. It brings a lot of people to the area. I'm going to show it in a map. Now, this is a map of what is really going on around the location commercially. And there you can see the whole shopping experience I was telling you about, among many other things. You can find several hotels nearby. We can start with the Marriott Marquis, the Conrad, the Grand Hyatt, and many more. Also, the Renaissance is right beside us, and it will be rebranded to make it much more appealing. Also, you can see it's very well communicated with the rest of the city, and I beg you please to notice that anybody that wants to go from the convention center to the mall, to the National Mall, that's where the monuments are, or the metro has to pass by Feria. Okay, we have an exceptional operating team. This is the team developing the whole business. That's me developing. I am a senior professional with more than 20 years experience in operations management and project management. I was director of operations for the biggest window covering corporation in Europe for more than 8 years before leaving to set up Feria. Also, with me tonight is Juan. Juan is a chef and entrepreneur with more than 50 years of experience. He studied in Le Cordon Bleu in Paris, also in Le Col Hôtelier de Lausanne in Switzerland, among other many places. He's a co-founder and executive chef at Coma Cuisine Venezuela, which was established in 2003. Juan currently operates a full-service restaurant, a French bakery and pastry shop, and 4 chocolate shops in Caracas. Juan is Miami-based already, so he's basically ready to move to Washington, D.C. to start Feria. He also bought and operated a restaurant in Fort Lauderdale for several years before recently successfully selling it to fully dedicate himself to Feria. Then is Michael Stemmer. Michael is not present with us tonight, but when it comes to starting successful restaurants, Michael has been there and done that. He's best known for his role as founder and managing member of several iconic DC restaurants. Also for serving as a restaurant division president of Centerplate. Centerplate is a 1.2 billion food service company, and he also serves in the board of the DC Convention Center. Now he has his own hospitality consultancy in DC, and he's also in the board of directors of the National Restaurant Association. Okay, let's go to our alliance partners. Although we are very experienced in several businesses, the 3 of us, this is our first EB5 funded project. So we decided to team with the best people to make sure not only that we were successful in the process, but also that our investors' interests are well protected. We have Sue Ewing, Arnson and Lehr preparing all the documentation, and they're serving as our immigration lawyers. One of the best and most famous law firms in the EB5 business. They process thousands of visas every year. We have NES Financial. They will do EB5 funds administration. They will verify that the money is properly used in the project, and will provide the investors with updates on how the money is spent and returns on the investment. We're also working with not with 1 but 2 very successful regional centers. A regional center is a requirement of a government for every project. So we have EB5 affiliate network. That's one of the biggest and most successful in the country, and Causa, that although it's not as big, has 100% success rate, and has funded more than $10 billion in projects, especially in the area, in the Puerto Rico area. We really want to go our operational strengths when we present our project. Our operational strengths are something we like to really share and give our investors, so we can give our investors as much confidence as possible, not just in their visa process, which is of course the main goal here, but also in the business. We have a very successful cordon bleu chef, which is one of DC's most experienced restaurateurs, which is Michael. Also, we have the best technology available in the business. We have the best location in the city, as you just saw. Also, we are working with the Brand Guild as a PR company. They have been named one of the best in the country last year. And as you all know, this is the era of Instagram and other social networks. So everybody's taking pictures of food, sharing their experiences, whatever they eat. So we want to make use of the Brand Guild's knowledge of PR and social networks to have people making basically lines outside Feria, waiting to come in. We also have minimal operational involvement in each restaurant. This means that we do not get involved in the operation of any of them. We develop the Feria business and protect the business and the investment. Also, we are experts in the business and operations management. So we have 3 people developing the project, as you just saw. So we want the investor to feel free to get in touch with us at any time to ask about the EB5 process, the business, the funds, how are they being used, or how are they coming back, or just come by and sit with their families and have dinner in Feria, or have dinner with us there. We'll be pleased to have you there. This is our contact information. Please feel free to contact us by email, WhatsApp, phone, or we can answer any questions you may have about the project or the EB5 program. We will be delighted to help you with any inquiry that you may arise. Well, that has been all our presentation tonight. So again, thank you very much for your time today. We hope you've considered the Feria EB5 project for your investment. So please go ahead and ask any question you may have at this time. I'm sure you have many, because this has been very, very, very quick. Abdul, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Eduardo. Thank you so much for the lovely presentation. I'm sure people had a lot of information gained by this presentation, and we do have a few questions that I would like to ask you if you're ready.
Sure, go ahead.
Great. So the first question we have is, what is the minimum and maximum age limit?
There's no age limit. I mean, there's only an age limit if for your kids. I mean, if, for example, if you go with your family, you can have, I mean, you can be as old as you basically uh, are, but your kids cannot make use of a program if they are older than 21 or they are married.
Okay.
So no restrictions on that end.
Yeah,
If
but
you go, if you are 60 and you have kids that are 20 years old, uh, and you have kids that are 20 years old, then that's okay.
there should be a minimum age requirement at least, or not?
No, as far as we know. No. No.
Oh,
If you are ready, if you have the amount ready to invest, you can go.
okay, great, great. Uh, what are the legalities of this business?
Of this business.
Yes.
Well, we can share with you our all our corporations documents or our taxes payments and our certificate of good standing with the city of DC. This is a startup, as all new businesses are. Legality. Think this as a place where you rent space for restaurants. So you have we have 8 restaurants working inside our premises. So it is pretty much a very standard, pretty standard business, and it's fully legal. And we already have permits for permits for the operation of the liquor license. So that's has been fully, how you say, um, our backgrounds have been fully checked by the FBI, which is a legal requirement to be given a liquor license.
Great, great. Thank you so much. The next question is, do I get my investment back if the visa is rejected?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
in
you
short.
get your investment back.
Short, loud and clear.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you do.
Great, great. What documents are needed and what experience?
No experience required. You can do whatever you want. Documents. The only documents. I mean, you will, of course, you. The government will do a background check, so
Mhm.
you to be sure that they don't have any criminal records, or if anything happens. I mean, everybody has gone through a red light somewhere in their lives. I mean, or maybe you just jumped a stop sign. That's not basically
Mhm.
important. They do background check, and they do source of funding check. The rest of the documents are pretty standard. Passport. I don't know. You have to fill many forms. That's for sure. That's what Juan was telling me. One that has something around like 26 pages a couple of days back. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
not. I
given
mean,
actually.
documents are not that hard to come by.
Great, great. A question that we get a lot actually. How long do a person has to stay in USA to apply for citizenship later?
Okay, let's say to keep the green card. Let's start at the beginning of this. To keep the green card, you have to basically you can stay at home, okay? And to keep the green card, you need to step into the country every 6 months for a week, a weekend. I mean, if you are in Mexico, you can like fly for the weekend. You can fly from Mexico City to Dallas or Denver, which are very popular among Mexican the Mexican public, and then just go back home and keep your business there. If you want to apply for the green card apply for the citizenship after you have the green card, the permanent green card, you have to stay in the U.S. For at least 2.5 years. Um, once you have the green card. So It means that once you get the preliminary green card, if you stay 2.5 years, you can begin the U.S. citizenship, and you can apply for. You can say, for example, these 2.5 years can be, I don't know, maybe you go 1 year and they go back home another year and go and stay 6 months and then come back and stay another 6 months. I mean, it has to be a total of 2.5 years. And that's just it.
Great. We have one question in Spanish. If you don't mind reading and answering that question, please.
Sorry? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me, Johnny. Sorry. Okay. And let me. I'm gonna read it in Spanish. Juan. ¿En qué momento me devuelven los $900,000 invertidos? Los $900,000 se van a devolver después de los 5 años. Perdón, sí, exacto, después de 5 años. Eso es lo mínimo que exige el gobierno americano para que el dinero esté, digamos, creando empleo. Tienen que estar esos 5 años, digamos, en riesgo, según su documentación. Así dice, así tal cual dicen, tienen que estar en riesgo para que el programa funcione. I'm going to answer this in English again, and the question is, when are these $900,000 coming back to the investor? Okay. This happens after 5 years. Okay, the government asked for a minimum of 5 years for the money to be at risk. That's literally what it says. So after those 5 years, the money is going to be given back. We want to give the money back as soon as possible. We expect to have the money already ready to be paid in the first 4 years of the operation of the business. And if this happens, and the government says that it's okay, we can begin paying before those 5 years. But the requirement is 5 years.
Great. One more question we have just received is that how much does it cost application for EB5?
Okay, the regular application cost, of course, the investment, that's $900,000. There's also $50,000 you need to pay to regional center as an administrative fee. Sorry about that. I was reading another question. You have to pay $50,000 as an administrative fee, and then your own lawyer's fees. You can use your own lawyer, and or we can recommend a bunch of them. We have a great team with us with Sol. We also have another alternative team that also is doing also some other work for us, and they are amazing. They usually the standard rate should be around $22,000 for a law firm. You can get a law firm that can do it for less, or you can get a super premium law firm that can do it for more. But yeah, it's around that.
I think number. It also depends on it also varies case to case as well, and depending on the complexity of the case.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
right. Correct.
It should be straightforward and
yeah,
and that should cover most of the cases. That $22,000 rate, and that's pretty much market rate.
True. Thank you. One more question we have in Spanish, if you can kindly help us with that.
I'm going to read that in Spanish first, and then I'm going to answer it in English. Entonces, como el dinero va a estar en riesgo, no hay garantía que se devuelva la inversión. Garantías no puede haber, ese es requerimiento del gobierno americano, por eso dice que tiene que estar en riesgo. ¿Okay? Nosotros, parte de la garantía del negocio es que somos experimentados en el tema, tenemos un súper buen backup y obviamente tenemos además un desarrollo de procesos súper potente detrás de nuestro. Pero como le digo, el gobierno americano es el que exige que el dinero esté en riesgo y no bajo ninguna, no hay instrumento legal que permita que nosotros podamos garantizar la inversión. ni nosotros ni nadie. O sea, ningún proyecto puede garantizar que el dinero se vaya a devolver. Es parte de lo que exige el gobierno. Let me go back to English and say, I read this again. Okay, hold a sec. So then, as you say that the money has to be at risk, there's no guarantee that the investment is turned back to us. That's a continuation of the previous question. The money should be at risk because of the government requirement. There's no legal tool we can use to guarantee the money, because no one can guarantee the money using the EB5 process. Not us, not any other project. That's one of the reasons we really like to share our experience and our background in this kind of business, is because we know that the business is first pretty straightforward, and then it has all the tools to be really, really successful. But then again, we cannot guarantee it, not because we don't want it. It's because the government requires that this is, I mean, that's the way the things are with the EB5 program. Nobody can guarantee anything. Okay, your money has to be at risk. That's the basic premise of it all.
Yeah, but the program and this specific Feria DC project is designed in a way that you do expect to get it back, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, of course. No, I mean, well, of course. We actually, as I said before, we expect to get it back much way before the fifth year. I mean, we expect that by the end of the fourth year, we already have we can already have all the money saved and in an escrow account to be given back to our investors. I mean, that's our objective. I mean, and the numbers of the project have been designed, and the whole market study we have done have been aiming at that happening.
Great. We have one more question, and we'll take this last question and go ahead with it, please.
Okay. Again, I'm going to read this in Spanish and then answer it in English again. ¿Bajo qué tipo de contrato se entrega el monto de la inversión? ¿Préstamo o bono? En realidad sería un préstamo. ¿Right? La herramienta de este tipo ¿cómo se llama? El documento o de este tipo de financiamiento sería el préstamo directamente. Es un préstamo por $900,000 con un interés anual. Podría ser refinanciado a los 7 años, pero no es nuestra, a los 5 años, hasta 7 años, no es nuestra intención. Pero sí, es bajo figura de préstamo puro y duro. Okay. Let me answer this, read the question again in English and then answer it in Spanish, in English, sorry. Under which contract would be the amount of the investment handled to us? It would be a loan or a bond. It would be a loan, straightforward loan. Okay, under the program allows to be refinanced after the 5th year, up to 7 years. It's not what we want, but something that the program says that it can be done. It's not in our offer and documents. So you can the offer and documents is where the offer, the whole offer is where it's stated, and that document is what is presented to the government. So no, we are not using that tool as a compromise. That we don't need to refinance this.
Great. Thank you so much, Eduardo and Juan, for this lovely presentation and for all this work that goes behind it. And I'm sure people must have learned a lot today, and it is going to be very informative. To all the listeners, you will be contacted by our speakers directly within the next few days. and you can ask all the questions you have directly to them, or you can send us those questions. We'll be happy to get your questions answered. If you have any other inquiries, please feel free to contact us. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and you will be able to contact us at any given moment. We have already shared the links with you. Thank you so much, Mr. Mercado and Mr. Juan Sales, for being here with us today. Before we finish, anything you want to say to the specific audience of Argentina, Suriname, Peru, Mexico, and Paraguay?
Sure,
Why
sure.
it's so special for them? Why is it so important for these people here right
Yeah,
now?
I will be getting in touch with all of you in the next few days. I will be sharing this information in English and in Spanish. Um, so don't if you have any questions, just answer. Schedule. There will be a link to schedule a Zoom call with us, or WhatsApp, or whatever tool you want to use, or an email, and you can get us online at any time you need, without any I say without any obligation. Um, let me answer that in Spanish to Abdul. Me voy a poner en contacto con todos ustedes a través de un correo en los próximos días. Trataré, le voy a pasar la información en castellano y en inglés. Si tienen alguna pregunta, por favor, les pasaré también un link donde pueden hacer clic y ¿cómo se llama? Agendar una reunión con nosotros en el momento que ustedes quieran. Está simplemente nuestra agenda totalmente abierta para ustedes, para que cualquier duda o pregunta, simplemente saltemos a una reunión por Zoom o una llamada por WhatsApp, o verdaderamente como les sea más conveniente, y entonces podamos compartir no solamente la información de nuestro proyecto con más detalles, sino además contestar cualquier pregunta del programa o del proceso, o del programa EB5 o del proyecto. Entonces, muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí hoy. Nos encanta haber compartido nuestro proyecto EB5, Feria DC EB5 con ustedes. Esperemos les haya gustado a ustedes también. Nosotros creemos que es una súper oportunidad. No solamente porque ofrece una inversión a descuento, sino porque además el rendimiento es excelente y esperamos que el dinero se pueda volver mucho antes de los 5 años. Entonces, well, again in English, thank you a lot for being here today. Thank you for spending this time with us. It has been a pleasure to share our Feria DC EB5 project with you. Please let us know if you hear anything from us. We think this is a great opportunity to invest, not just because of the amount of the investment, which is half the usual EB5 amount, but also because of the returns, and of course because we expect to have your money back sooner than many projects. So again, thank you again for being with us tonight, and whatever you need, just let us know. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all the listeners.
Thank you, Abdul. Thank you, Abdul, to you.
Eduardo and Juan. With that, I would like to say good night to everyone. Take care of yourself. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Have a good day ahead. Thank you. Take care.